Right, we're now at the Arcadia Museum of Michaelangelo in the city of Florence. This is what you're met when you walk through the entrance. This is sort of the entrance room, and I'll pan you around. It's a bit different to the Hard Rock Cafe in Florence, believe me. This is the memorabilia on the walls. Look at that. So this is like the entrance area to his museum. Another statue there, look. And everybody obviously only comes here to see one thing, the statue of David, which you actually see pretty quick. Normally you have to walk right round to the end of the museum to see the big thing. Let me take you around the corner and show you what you see as soon as you turn right through the entrance of this museum. Yeah, we've turned right now into the next room as you come into the museum in Florence. And there's about 4 or 5 of some of his unfinished works. Look at that. Prisoners, I think they were. Commissioned by one of the popes who died. You've got the stuff in English, look, so you can read it. Very informative. Fantastic. But as you look up and walk into the room, that's another one. Down the very bottom, look, the first room you come into, there he is, David. That's what they come to see. Let's take you a bit further then.
I think it's actually on the road.
I'll get a closer one. There you go, we can't get much closer than that. The statue of David. Obviously they didn't have underpants in them days. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Presented, well presented. That's the skylight above it. Oh, you've seen the best bits, statue-wise. Let's take you into a few more rooms in this museum. It's well worth a visit. And don't forget, if you come in the summer, whatever you do, buy a priority ticket, or you'll be stuck in a queue for about 3 hours to get in here, at least. I can assure you that. And don't forget, he wasn't just a sculptor. He was probably one of the most brilliant artists, certainly of the time. Yeah. He could have earned millions nowadays. Everybody wanted him. Popes, families, everybody wanted Michaelangelo. Don't forget, he was a child prodigy. He was born not far from a place called Caprese. His birthplace. That's well worth a visit. I think when he was very young, they sent him to Florence or something. I'm not sure of that, but he was certainly a child prodigy. Let's go to that room down there. Look, you'll be amazed what's in there. Look at this. Right, this is still part of the museum, but there's no way he sculpted all these. I can assure you, because he'd have had to live to be about 380 if he did all these sculptures. I can assure you, there's about 2,000 in here. Plus he did a load of painting. Plus he painted the roof of the Vatican. Don't forget, he spent about 4 years doing that on his back. Genius. Look at that. Never seen so many busts. What a museum, eh? Let's take you a bit further. Yeah, we have another wall of paintings at the end of this room, look. You just can't take your breath in, really. There's so much to look at in this room. I think it's hardly anything by Michaelangelo. It's just a section of busts, models. Fascinating. I think it translates like the Museum of Art, Arcadia Museum. Not necessarily like Michaelangelo, but that's what If you ask anyone in Florence how to get to Michaelangelo Museum, I'll show you. But believe me, it's a very easy city, Florence, to get lost in. We have about 3 times this morning to get here. Let's go to another room. Now we're in an annex now. This isn't Michelangelo's works, but again, it's all part of the museum, so don't expect when you come to the museum to see everything by Michelangelo. There's like lots and lots of other works. It's so interesting. Look at this. We've even got Madonna in here looking a kid. There we go. I don't think it's quite the Madonna you're all expecting. But there she is, Madonna in child. Here we have the Tree of Life painted by this chap.
But we have a lot of messages. Yeah. Also the transparency. Yeah.
First half of the 14th century, look. Steeped in history. Fantastic. The Tree of Life.
Oh, that is the resurrection.
Yeah. That's nice.
What year was this painted?
Sorry?
What year was this painted?
This is medieval, okay, so this is before Renaissance. We are talking about the 200s, 300s.
Blimey. Thank you. Look at this. You can't take it all in really in these museums. And look at, under every painting, there is an explanation in English, so it tells you all about them. You need the whole day to read them all. Let's go back out there. There we have the painted cross, and that's from the 14th century, don't forget. 14th century it was painted. That's here. Looks in good nick. Yeah, we're going up to the first floor now. There's some steps up here. This is sort of the landing to the first floor. We're going to go up there. Before we do, that's a picture of Florence from 1348. That year was the Great Plague up here. I don't know when the plague was in London, but it hit Florence in 1348. Everything changed sort of from then on. So you come up to the first floor, and we've got here mainly pictures from the churches of Florence, mainly. All nicked from the church, probably not. But they stem from the years, look. 1370 to 1430. So all the pictures you're going to see are from churches, mainly, all around Florence. And they're all in here. So look round. Yeah. You can't really get it all in with this little camera. Nice and peaceful up here. You know, everyone's by the statue of David. Half the people don't even come upstairs. They queue for like 4 hours, see the statue of David and go out. There's a lot more to Italy in museums. Mark my words. Take it all in. Let's go down the end. Now this is a sort of tapestry. Done in 1336. I can't get it all in. But the condition of it is fantastic. The detail. Look at that. 1336. It's almost like 3D. I can't get it all in on the camera. It doesn't do it justice. But there you go. Beautiful. Again, loads of pictures of Christ. Talking about the Last Supper, his arrest, trial, persecution, and then punishment. So you go around, look. There he is on the cross. Let's go up one more floor. Yeah, I think this is about as high as you can go in the museum. I don't think it was still featuring 1370 to 1430. What a hell of a busy period that must have been. The artwork, they must have all been going like non-stop in those years. Look at the works of art. And the quality, the size for a start. It's not as though they're small pieces. You'd have to really come here to take it all in. And under every picture, in English, it tells you all about it, the artist, when it was done, the year. Very informative. One there, look, gone for restoration. A little bit of a movie explaining exactly what they do, look. Gold leaf painting there. I don't know if they'll come out, but you can sit down and have a rest for about 15 minutes and learn what they do. Let's make our way downstairs. Yeah, we're back downstairs again now with more magnificent paintings. Not by Michaelangelo, but certainly very good. I think, and finally, we have what they call the Museum of Musical Instruments. I don't know what's got. I don't even think they were invented when Michaelangelo was about, but it's a final part, I think, of the museum. There's a whole lot of musical instruments in here. Reminds me of the Hard Rock Cafe and the guitars on the wall. Not too far away from that, believe me. A bit more memorabilia. Some big double basses here. My God. There you go, Bill Wyman. See if you can play that bass guitar. Marvellous. Probably a bit older than Bill. Only a bit, mind you. Look at that. The Museum of Musical Instruments. It's all part of the same museum. Yeah, that's not a whiskey still. It's called what they call a Serpentine from the year 1802. They were playing that. Christ knows what sort of sound that makes. More wooden flutes, look. Some of your very early trumpets in there. Very early. Look at that. Pristine condition, by the way. Yeah, castanets, xylophones, little bongo drums, all manner of stuff. Very interesting. Now here we have in this room a trio of grand pianos. Between 16 and 1700, all of them. Like all three of them. That's your very early grand piano, look. Look at that. Between 16 and 1700, those three. There's a spinet, they call that in here. And that was made in 1690. Can you believe? Unbelievable. I don't even know what it is, but it's certainly musical. Yeah, and then we're back in the violin room. I don't think it was a double bass. I think it's an actually huge violin in that case. Because it says violin room. I think they're all violins in here. That's the biggest. How the hell would you hold that on your chin? Christ. How you play that, I don't know. Well, that's it. Mr. Kevin does Michaelangelo. And by the way, this museum is a fantastic place to bring your kids. Bring them to Florence, get them in this museum, get them off the bloody phones and iPads, and they might actually learn something. They can read about every single painting, statue, and there's loads of Italian kids here learning, and most of them could speak English. So there you go. Thanks, Michaelangelo. See you soon.